Hey guys, welcome to the Eczema Podcast. I was not really planning to record anything for the upcoming New Year's or record any messages on how to start the new year, but the more I was thinking about it, the more I realized maybe I should record something to encourage all of you who are out there. And my main inspiration for this was because I just came back from a trip. We were traveling around Europe and I had a really good time to reflect on everything that had happened, what my life was like, what my everyday life was like, and the way I was living, the things I've gone through. And I was also looking through all of my skin photos and things that had happened to me. I also just recently posted a photo, a compilation of my photos and my healing progress ever since I gave birth 2 to 3 years ago, up until now. And it's very interesting because on my trip, my skin cleared up so much, and even the first night when I was away from home, the first night just sleeping, and the next day I woke up, I noticed such a big difference in healing, and every single day my skin kept healing and healing, and yeah, it just felt so much better. And when I came back, I wanted to make sure that my skin continued with that progress. I've also been looking a lot at my old photos, and I don't know if you've ever taken photos of your progress, but I really encourage you to. And I looked at a lot of videos that I filmed because I've been documenting my journey the whole way. I'm trying to figure out when I'm ready to release those. It's still pretty hard for me to look at them, and even just sharing like an update on my birth healing journey, it's taken me a long time to feel ready to share that too, just because I feel like I wanted to wait until my skin really healed a lot. And I feel like this trip has been such a big milestone in helping me to feel like I moved forward a lot in my healing journey, but even before that, my skin was healing. It was healing day by day, but just slowly. But if you look at the pictures, I shared it on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. If you look up Eczema Conquerors, you'll be able to find it, and you'll be able to find me and connect with me there as well. But yeah, I remember when I looked at my old photos, I was just breaking down because I realized how much I went through and how painful it was, and just like all the memories. And if you're listening, maybe you can relate as well. Maybe you feel like you go through something that not a lot of people have gone through, and it's probably a traumatic experience for you, or at least for me, it was very traumatic. And I feel like I went through a lot of embarrassment, a lot of shame. I feel like a lot of moments were stolen from me and taken away from me. And when I look back at it, I feel like, none of my family members had to go through this, none of my friends. I didn't really know anyone else who went through this. And, it was just such a traumatic, tiring, crazy experience, to sum it up. And I realized that one of my goals for this year in 2020, or actually even in general, is to help more and more people with eczema. And my goal is to really make a difference in the eczema community. That's always been my goal, but I want to reach more people, not just the people around me, but hundreds, thousands. I want to reach people around the world. And I know that I started making YouTube videos probably at least 5 years ago. And I remember I met someone a couple months ago at an event in Boston, and she came up to me and she said that I had changed her life, and that she watched my videos 3 years ago and it helped her through her topical steroid withdrawal healing process, and that it really helped her to heal and change her life. And so, ever since then, I know that I've received a lot of messages like that, but I really, really want to make it my life mission and my life goal to really help people. And so that's why I decided that I would make a podcast today on just encouraging you for your 2020 year. And I hope that if you've had a really tough year or a really tough time, that you would find hope, whether it is you or someone that you love who is going through eczema. I just really want to encourage you that, you can get through this. I changed a lot of my my website name. It became Eczema Conquers because I truly believe that we can conquer anything. And even my Conquers, the skin balm, my products for eczema, I believe that we are born to conquer anything. And I really want to remind you of that you can conquer anything that comes your way. You're born for something great. And I really want to emphasize that in my message to you, is that, my goal is really to help encourage you on your healing journey. I want to be able to do more for the community. Everything that I've gone through, if I didn't go through it in such a traumatic way, I would never have known how to recover from it. I would never learn deeper ways to find ways to heal and get better from it. And I hope that all of that knowledge can help you guys and also serve as an encouragement for you guys. So wherever you are in your healing journey, I just want to remind you that each of you listening, that you have something special about you. You might not see it now. You might feel like, you're going through a really tough time or a really tough flare-up. But even if I can encourage just one person today and just encourage you on your journey, is that you will find a way eventually. Sometimes it takes trial and error. I've tried a lot of things that didn't work. It took me a lot of figuring out, a lot of breakdowns. I broke down a lot of tears that, no one else saw. Even now, maybe hearing my voice, but, I'm feeling emotional throughout this whole recording. But I think it's just because it's a time of reflection, and I feel like I've also gone through a lot. So I just want to remind you that you can get through anything. And you are a fighter, you're a conqueror, you're an overcomer. You can overcome anything that comes your way. So this is a special message for you for your upcoming year, is to believe that you can heal. Not just believe, but to visualize it. To visualize healing. What would it feel like? What would your family say once they see you healed? Keep visualizing and holding on to that. I really believe that you can heal. You will heal. You'll see a difference in your skin. I really believe that you can climb your mountain. You can reach the highest peak, and you can climb out of the dark tunnel that you're in. You can have hope, and there's always a way. And I think that's one thing I've discovered on this journey, is that there is always a way, and that God always makes a way. And I think that's, being in a tough spot, it's really strengthened my faith in God as well, that He can bring us through anything, and that you can get through this, and you can conquer anything. You can conquer any big mountain that comes your way. And what I've realized is that not every practitioner is right for every person. Every practitioner has different testing methods and different methods that they work. And some practitioners work better for others. And so that's why, just because you land on one or two practitioners who might not be right for you, there might be other practitioners who are better for you, but don't give up hope. And I've interviewed so many people over the years on this podcast, and you can always look back on the interviews I've done and just reach out to any who you feel might be able to help and contact them as well, because there's always a way, and I truly believe that. And I believe that you're made for something special. You're born for something great. You're born to overcome this. And you're born to be a fighter, and you're born to be a conqueror. And even when doctors say that there's nothing they can do to help you get better, I've heard those things before from doctors. I really believe that there is a way, and that you will show your family, you'll show your friends, you'll show people who doubted you, you'll show people who didn't believe you, that you can get better, that there's a way, and that you'll be able to figure it out. You'll attract the right people to help you heal, to help you get better. So just meditate on that. Meditate on the fact that you can overcome anything. And one thing I am starting to do this year is, I used to watch a lot of Netflix shows, but ever since I went on vacation, I realized I don't want to watch that many Netflix shows anymore. I want to either listen to podcasts that will inspire me and help me learn, or either listen to meditations. So I've started my morning and my evenings with listening to meditations that help me relax or feel more self-love, help me cope with stress better, and I really, really feel a difference, and I really enjoy it. And even throughout the day, I'll listen to a lot of podcasts just to keep learning, just to keep feeling inspired. And I think that's, I think because I'm listening to so many encouraging messages all the time through meditation and the podcast, it really inspired me to encourage you as well on your journey. So even though I might not be seeing you face to face, but I hope that wherever you are, even if you're feeling itchy or you're feeling like you can't get through this, just remember to take it one step at a time. It's not a sprint. It's just slow and steady, and small steps that you make will make a big difference. Even if it's just drinking more water every day, even if it's painful for you to exercise, but you feel like it'll help, maybe you can just start with something small like rebounding or walking, or even if it's hard for you to do a lot of things that would normally be easy for other people to do. Just remember to take small steps, and small steps over time can make a big difference. I remember when it used to take me over 30 minutes to wear pants, and just because it was so painful. And if you saw my photos, you saw my whole foot was all scabbed up and wounded and rashy. And I remember thinking, it was like that over my whole body. And I remember thinking, how can anyone live like this? It's so hard. Like, this is unmanageable. And I felt like I was going crazy, because I was like, this is impossible for someone to live like this. It's just, I was flaking all the time. I was in so much pain. I also took 2 rounds of antibiotics after giving birth, and not for my skin, but for other stuff and other infections that I had. It flared me up a lot, and I felt like I could never bounce back. But I just want to remind you that you can always bounce back. That even though there may be obstacles in your way, that you can really conquer anything. And I know that this recording today isn't really scripted, so I really hope that whatever I've said today, hopefully something has been able to encourage you or help you on your journey. I just want to encourage you not to give up hope. And just remember that you can conquer anything. And one of the coaches in my group coaching, she actually used steroids for so many years that she developed cancer. And she overcame that cancer as well. And one of the we were reminding one of the people in our coaching group that, if we were able to overcome such traumatic things that people doubted our ability to go through, then we believe that you can also conquer anything that comes your way. You can overcome any traumatic event. And, the sky is limitless. And when people don't believe in our healing, or the future might seem, so gloomy, and it might not seem like there's a future out there, just remember that there always is. And I'm creating affirmation cards for you guys so that, it'll help uplift you guys in your journey. And my goal is just to encourage you guys as much as you can. So feel free to message me whenever. Just feel free to message me on social media at Eczema Conquers, and let me know if what other encouraging things I can send out there to help you guys on your journey, because that is what I really want to do this year. And thank you for taking the time to listen to this podcast and for listening to this. I just want to remind you again that you're born for something great. You're chosen to be here. You are not a mistake. There's a reason that you're born, and I really believe that you were born to be a conqueror. And, conquer is our birthright. And I really believe that we are all fighters inside, and you're a fighter, and you can fight and get through anything, no matter what diagnosis, no matter how bleak the future looks. Just remember that you can you can overcome anything. And so hopefully that will just help you on your 2020 year this year. And one thing I want to leave you with is to write a vision board. Just do a vision board and just picture what you want your vision to look like for your future. Whether it's clear skin, even post one of your best photos of yourself and just look at it every day. Picture things, put on your vision board things you want to see happen, and then look at it every day. And people say that it's such a magical tool, because at the end of the year they usually see that so much stuff has happened. And so that's what I want to leave you with today. And thank you so much for taking the time to listen, and I hope you have a great year ahead of you. And remember that mindset, and to wake up every morning and night with a conqueror mindset, and not a mindset where we feel defeated and doubt, but remember to live with a conquer mindset that you can conquer anything. And so I want to remind you with that today, and I hope you have a great day.